The information presented in this NCHE project is gathered from trusted sources, personal stories, and individuals' recollections. We have made every effort to ensure its accuracy. However, due to the nature of the content and the methods of obtaining it, some details may not be entirely precise or exact. We appreciate your understanding and encourage you to consider this context as you watch our presentations. Enjoy.
The Fish House is a well-known seafood restaurant here on Monhegan Island. They serve everything from lobster rolls to fish tacos, and their business feeds many island visitors and residents. It has deep history as both a fish house for lobstermen and fishermen, as well as its current state as a restaurant.
What is your name?
Sherman Stanley.
Do you own the fish house?
Yes. My grandfather gave it to me many years ago, and it was built in 1824.
Can you tell us more about that?
Well, for many, many years it was a fish house. The lobstermen that were here kept bait in it, and then in the summertime they sold fish out of there. And it was pretty much a whole fishing community here. Everybody worked out of that place, and there were several other fish houses too.
What is your name?
My name is Jane Biss. I run a restaurant on Monhegan Island called the Fish House. I rent the Fish House on Monhegan from Shermy Stanley, and that's where I run the restaurant, the Fish House restaurant and fish market.
The Fish House, I guess, is about the same, but that's a great use of that old Fish House building. It's a great place to have dinner on the beach and lunch. Then the Barnacle has been a lot of things. It's been a tea house and a restaurant and a gift shop. The building itself has been around since about 1840. But since it was converted from a fish house, it's had lots of different uses. And the Barnacle is just the latest in a long line of interesting ways to use a very cool old building, which is what we like to do.
Heavily salted codfish were spread on lobster traps to cure in the sun. Cured fish was sold at markets in Portland or stored to eat in the winter. William Studley built this fish house in 1845, and Andrew Peterson used it as a fish market in the early 1900s. By 1930, the building had fallen into extreme disrepair, and the owner, Frank Pierce, had torn it down.
Fisherman Andrew Peterson came to Monhegan Island from Denmark in the 1880s. Peterson stood next to the Horn Fish House, now the Stanley Fish House, on Fish Beach, trying out the liver of a whale. Trying out was done by slowly cooking the liver until it was reduced down to oil.
Fishermen and dories arrive at Fish Beach on Monhegan, while a visitor, possibly an artist, awaits them holding an early film camera. Structures seen in the background include a side wall of William Studley's fish house, Trefethrin store, attached to George Trefethrin's fish house, and a corner of the Horn Fish House.
These men were among Monhegan's founding fishermen. They were photographed on Fish Beach with Horn Fish House to the left and Trefethrin Fish House to the right.
The Horn Fish House is one of the oldest structures on Monhegan and has been used as a gathering place for fishermen and for storing and tending gear for close to 200 years.
On Monhegan Island, you will walk by many buildings that were in the past used as fish houses, even though their current uses may make them look a little different. The Fish House restaurant is a prime example of this. The Barnacle, a small store on the island, was also previously used as a fish house. There are other privately owned fish houses that are still operating as storage for fish and lobsters or have been converted for workshop use.
I own, down on Fish Beach, I own the house down there that has the 2 decks on it, and the fish house that's right beside it.
Do you still do stuff at the fish house?
In my fish house?
Yeah.
No, not really. Basically, right now it's just storage, and I used to rent it out to a fisherman here named Don Cundy, and since then I've put an offer out here and there if maybe somebody would like to rent the downstairs for fishing, but they really don't need fish houses like they used to. So I just keep stuff in it.